Regan Slaymaker for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and R Kings, and I have the pleasure to be joined by Ade Oladipo in Riyadh. Ade, always a pleasure chatting to you at these events, but another fight week to go, mate.
Another one, dude, and I feel like this one's grown on people. I think when this fight was first announced, or even the card, I think people were like, I'm not quite sure. I think now everyone's like, okay, this is a serious fight. And it's a good card as well. Like Sam Goodman, Nick Bull's going under the radar. Sam Goodman's unbeaten. Nick Bull is Nick Bull. All right, I think it's fair to say Adeleye, Hergovic. I mean, what's going on there? Abraham Nova is kind of... We know where he is because of the Shaki Foster fight. And Raymond Ford wants Shaki Foster, so there's a bit of a storyline there. And then obviously Dillian Whyte against the future king, everyone said, Moses Itauma. I think it's a decent card.
It definitely is, mate. We'll talk about that main event. Is it, in your mind, is it a case of experience, that a hot old age saying experience versus youth? Is that the perfect way to describe this fight between Moses Itauma and Dillian Whyte?
Yeah, it is. I mean, people can get sort of bogged down in tactics and how it plays out. This is experience versus youth. This is someone that's been there and done it. And Dillian, wins or losses, he's been there, right? He knows the high of a big win. He knows the low of a big loss. He's headlined before. He's hungry. I just sat down and spoke to him, and he's like, you can almost sort of hear and feel that fire. He's missed out on all these big opportunities of Riyadh season. And he's a name where he would have been up against a lot of the other names. He would have made some money. So I feel like he's almost like been left behind a little bit. And all of a sudden, there's this new kid on the block who everyone's crowning as the next guy. And I almost feel like he feels like he's a bit slighted. Like, 1 second, you guys have written me off. And you've seen him walk around. He's in incredible shape. Like, that's not Ebenezer Tete, Dillian Whyte shape. He is in, I think, the best shape of his career. So I think it's an intriguing matchup.
With the run that Moses is on, obviously he's blitzing out people. That hand speed, I think, is probably the quickest in the division, it's fair to say. But do you think for the stage Dillian Whyte, I'm trying not to sound disrespectful when I say this, the stage that Dillian Whyte is potentially at in his career, do you think we need to see the best Dillian Whyte for him to beat Moses Itauma?
Yeah, there's no two ways about it. And Dillian knows that as well. He's 37. He hasn't had a good performance in a long time. So you almost need to go back to Dillian Whyte, Joseph Parker. That run where he fought Joseph Parker, Chisora, Oscar Rivas.
Yeah.
That run there, which is a long time ago, he needs to see that. But then motivation will bring that out in you. The paychecks right now is the biggest motivation. Being sort of labelled as a has-been is motivation. So I think it's a backs against the wall job. And I think he knows as well, if he gets destroyed in this, it's difficult to sell him other fights. But if he looks good, even if he loses, but he looks good, I think he knows that he's in the mix for a Chisora trilogy. Ngannou wants to fight. Dillian Whyte could fight. Deontay Wilder's there. So there's massive money fights. It's all on Dillian Whyte to look the best he's looked for nearly a decade.
I would love that Ngannou. Like, I don't know about you, but I'd love to see Ngannou fight again, because we've seen like two ends of the spectrum. We've seen a close fight with Tyson Fury, and then we've seen him get like knocked out quite brutally against Anthony Joshua. I mean, yeah, would you like to see him box again? Ade,
I wouldn't mind.
Ngannou?
Honestly, I wouldn't mind. Again, like AJ caught him. I mean, AJ could do it to anyone. It happened to AJ, right? We saw it against Dubois, so it can go both ways. The heavyweight division, people shouldn't be judged on heavyweights getting knocked out. You've been ringside. These are 270-pound guys hitting each other. You get caught by any heavyweight, you're going to go down. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind seeing Ngannou Whyte. I really want to see Whyte Chisora. I wouldn't mind at this stage seeing Whyte Wilder. I grew up when Whyte was chasing Wilder, wanted that fight. I just spoke to him, and Dillian Whyte said he wants to fight AJ, he said he wants to fight Usyk, he said he wants to fight Fury. So he's got his eye on a few as well, but those three names I just mentioned only happen if he looks really good on Saturday. If he doesn't, then it's another set of three names. So that's the difference between potentially 10 figures and 6 figures. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's going to look incredible. Honestly, sometimes you can just get a feel for things. There's no logic to it. He didn't look great his last couple of fights, but I think he's super motivated. He's got a small team here, and I think he's ready. I think he's ready to do some business.
Definitely. Outside that main event, what other fight are you most intrigued by on this card, which really like going, which your mind's flickering as your debate, your opinions changing on? Which one is that?
Hergovic, Adeleye. I know it's a boring answer because it's probably the obvious answer.
I don't think it is, though. Like,
yeah,
it's a really good fight.
Yeah, like Hergovic came in on late notice and wouldn't say put a beating on Joe Joyce, but he looked good. He's now trained by Abel Sanchez. I think fitness has always been an issue with him. We saw it against Dempsey McKean. We saw it against Zhili Zhang. Like, for some reason, this guy can't get a second wind. Abel Sanchez in Big Bear will make you get a second wind. You just have to train. And David Adeleye is taking a step up. I still feel like he's finding his feet with Adam Booth, but he didn't look good against Jimmy TKV. And this is a big one. This is almost, you're weighing up the risk-reward. The risk is so big. The reward, if you beat Hergovic, I mean, he goes into the top table. All of a sudden, you're talking about Adeleye versus Itauma, or Adeleye versus this person, Whyte. You know what I mean? So it's a risky fight for both. And that's why I'm so intrigued. I think Hergovic is the better boxer, but I think youth and the explosiveness and maybe the power lie with Adeleye, so it's intriguing.
That's the one thing that's flipping me towards David Adeleye, because I think however way you saw that fight with Hergovic and Joyce, he still got hit quite a bit, and he got hit quite a bit against Daniel Dubois as well. Do you think it's a case that he can't take as much punishment? Obviously, Daniel Dubois is one of the biggest punchers in the heavyweight division, but David Adeleye still whacks. Do you think if he gets hit with too much, that could be the side going towards David Adeleye in this one?
Maybe. Like, I've heard for years just how good Hergovic is when it comes to sparring. And maybe he's had the sparring wars. Like, I remember the images of him sparring David Haye as David Haye was getting ready for Fury. Do you know how long ago that is? So this guy's been in and around boxing for such a long time, and these guys do kick the you-know-what out of each other in sparring. And hand speed. If Joe Joyce is catching you, I mean, I'm sorry, Adeleye is catching you. Do you know what I mean? I think Joe Joyce's outputs may be a bit better than Adeleye in terms of numbers, but the hand speed of Adeleye and the foot speed, to every bit of speed, is so much faster than Joe Joyce. I just don't know if if Adeleye can take it back. And I guess we'll find out, because against Wardley, we saw that, it was almost like a bully getting bullied. So he needs to improve on a few things, but I'm a bit biased because he's my Nigerian brother. And I talked to him quite a bit, and I want him to win, but it's a tough fight.
It definitely is. As I see him in the gym the other day, he looked frighteningly quick the other day. One thing I do want to get your opinion on, Ade, is this whole Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul thing. The reaction, I think, says it all. I mean, I was speaking to Andy Clark the other day, and he said that fight surely can't happen unless, one, there is some form of agreement in place pre-fight that you take this punch, I take that punch, and it's a fight, or it's an exhibition. Because let's be honest here, if that happens as a sanctioned bout, Jake Paul can get seriously hurt in there. Yeah. That's my opinion anyway. Yeah,
I've always ran with that. Like, I've always stayed firm that if AJ wants to, he could knock out Jake Paul in 30 seconds. Like, I've been around AJ for nearly a decade now. I've seen him hit the heavy bag. I've been as close as anyone when he's landed shots. Like, if they think AJ's fallen off to the point, what are they, like, what? Honestly, I'm baffled by it. And this kind of goes to the point that you make. Like, everyone's been saying that his fights are staged. Like, I don't believe they are, but they have to be if you want to fight AJ, because AJ will kill you. I don't quite get it. Like, AJ, I can't name 5 heavyweights better than AJ. I still think AJ's that guy. I could be wrong, because obviously I've got this affinity to him, but it shouldn't be sanctioned. But they sanctioned Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. But I don't get it. But look, if I'm AJ and you're offering me $200 million to fight Jake Paul, I'm like, okay, when? What? F what everyone else says. You're offering me $200 million to fight this guy? And you want to give me 20 to fight Tony Yoka? Duh. Give me the 200. So for AJ, it must be like, taking candy from a kid. So I don't blame AJ. I blame the people that are trying to make it. Because AJ's a fighter who fights for money. He's already won world titles. He's done that. He doesn't need any more belts. It's about money. And if you can fill your boots that quickly on an easy night, take it.
Is it? I said this to Andy Clark, because I want to get your opinion on it. Do you think where the WBA have ranked Jake Paul, granted at cruiserweight, but he's got a top 15 ranking, he could fight for a world title if, like, that's been sanctioned before. Do you think that blurs the lines between exhibition and, if the fight was announced, exhibition and pro fight? Because he's got a world ranking. They can't go back on it now once it's...
No, it can't be an exhibition. You can't have exhibition fights. Because I don't even know what that means. Does that mean we don't, what we wear, 16-ounce gloves, and the rounds are 2 minutes?
And no winner.
And no winner, and everyone gets the hand raised at the end? No. In order to sell AJ Jake Paul, you have to remove the exhibition word from it, and people want to see Jake Paul have a tear-up, and AJ will oblige. So it doesn't work for me as an exhibition. It only works for me if AJ's allowed to hit him with full force. And if Like, if AJ, I laugh, but if AJ hits him with full force and then small gloves, look what he did to Ngannou. And Ngannou is 270 pounds of pure muscle.
His like thigh, his head is bigger than my thigh.
Yeah, his neck was like that. Yeah. This is a guy that's getting elbowed and kneed on in the UFC. This is a fighter, do you know what I mean? Fucking digging out of sand mines in Cameroon, just real, built differently.
Yeah.
Look what AJ did to that man. Look what he did. To the point where Ngannou still thinks there was something wrong with that. Like, was I ill before? Like, how did he do that to me? Imagine what he would do to 210-pound Jake Paul.
Yeah.
How can you go from Julio Cesar Chavez, who parties and drinks and has been detained by ICE, to AJ? You get out of there, it's crazy.
I want to jump to the November 22nd card now. I mean, top to bottom. Before I get into the question about the Brits on the card, what's your fight of the night on that card? I mean, there's so many. There's so many to choose from, but it's an unbelievable fight.
You know what? Yeah. After watching Subriel Matias up close against Alberto Puello, I was there for that. I was lucky enough to be there for that. Dalton Smith's gonna have to come for a fucking typhoon, dude. That guy there. If that fight happens, I'm still wary because it was a tough fight for Subriel Matias. That could be a war. That could be a war. But it's not the fight. It has to be Benavidez Yard, because Benavidez is going to put it on Yard. But what we've seen with Benavidez is he doesn't have, like, when he's fought at 175, he hasn't blown them away like he's done when he was at 168. And Yard's one of the biggest 175ers as well. And we know how Yard fights. They've got a style where both of them will just kick the shit out of each other. Pardon me, sorry. So, I think that could be crazy for 5 or 6 rounds. And I'm not sleeping on Yard, I know everyone is. I'm not really sleeping on Yard. Like, I don't think this is as tough as fighting Beterbiev or going to Russia to fight Kovalev. Like, I don't know, man. I did the face-off between those two. Yard's quietly confident. I don't know. I make Benavidez a favourite, but not a strong favourite.
What about Bam Rodriguez versus Puma Martinez? I mean, Bam Rodriguez is... I try and get up in the middle of the night for these fights. Stupid o'clock in the morning for these fights. My missus who thinks I'm absolutely crazy, but Bam Rodriguez is one of those fighters who I do it for. But it seems like he's got his work cut out with Puma Martinez. So it's definitely 1 versus 2 in the division, isn't it? It's a massive fight.
And this is why when they announced this fight and Bam had a fight lined up against Fumilele Kefu, I was like, "What are you doing? Like, you're Martinez is there. Like, chill." Yeah. So that's a great fight, but I think Bam's special. There is no fighter on planet Earth right now I like watching more than Bam Rodriguez. I almost feel like Vasily Lomachenko's birthed these fighters. Like Bam, guys, I'm not being rude here, doesn't fight like a Mexican. Like, he's not in the trenches like that. He's almost got a bit of Vasily Lomachenko's legs, but a Mexican output and chin. It's actually quite frightening. Like, the way in which he pivots and stuff, that's not a Mexican style of fighting. So it's almost like they've all grown up watching Loma or Bivol maybe, and they've all started like, okay, this is how it is now. So, yeah, I think it's I was going to say it's one of the... is it better than that ring card? I think it was Shakur Stevenson, Zepeda, Hamza, Edgar. It probably is. I think it's an incredible... Was it 4, 5 world titles?
I think there might be more now. I feel like we're getting... So we've got Benavidez Yard.
Haney Norman.
Matthias Pello, Bam, Noakes Mason.
Oh my God, 5. And then obviously Beterbiev now.
Oh, Beterbiev in his return.
Yeah. Wow. And no pay-per-view.
Incredible, isn't it?
No pay-per-view. Crazy decision. Like, why not wait until after? That must be they're like, what are we doing? But for fight fans, that's incredible. It's an incredible fight card where the A side, the B side is so strong, you're going to lose money betting because you cannot confidently pick the A side's going to win in all those fights. No way.
This is more of a personal question to you now, Ade. I've watched a few of your content, your car diaries. I mean, subscribe to Ade Oladipo if you haven't already.
Thank you very much.
Ade and G, man, great stuff. But you're very honest on those videos, and you say a lot about your life. And I know Rory Jennings wants you on the Internet Dads podcast. So there we go, Rory. I've put you on there. But when you look back at your life, from when you were homeless, right?
Yeah.
And now you're in here, Riyadh. Yeah. Interviewing fighters you've watched growing up, like Dillian Whyte, Oscar Rivas. That's the first ever fight night I went to. Yeah. Right? So it's a bit special for me here. But like, when you look back on your life from that moment to now, How do you? It's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. It's the perfect word to describe it. It's so like unbelievable. It almost doesn't seem real. Like, it doesn't seem real. It's almost like this ain't new. Like, I find it crazy. And like when I go, like me and G-Man. It's funny you mentioned G-Man. Me and G-Man. Every time we film the podcast, I always say let's go for a shisha. So we go just to talk and just like, this is crazy. But it's so fun as well. Like, just to be this close with people that I used to speak about on my channel just at work. Like, did you see that fight the other day? You know, now to interview, like, especially when I have to do the in-ring interview, I'm like, I'm doing it on Saturday, I'm guessing. I'm like, this is going to be crazy. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it doesn't make sense. It blows my mind all the time, and I'm so grateful. Like, I'll never ever take this for granted, ever.
What's been the one moment that you had to like sit down after?
Golovkin. So Golovkin was fighting Canelo, the third fight, and Ackenbrack did the Canelo interview, and they're like, Ade, yeah, do you want to speak to Golovkin? I was like, what? And I went up to him, and obviously he gets it all the time. Like, oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. But I genuinely was his biggest fan. I was like, oh my God. And it was the worst interview ever. I tried to find it, but you know, just all over the place, stuttering. But I think seeing Golovkin and just been like, and maybe Bivol giving me his jacket, which I framed. Yeah. Do you know the context of that?
No.
So this is so random. So Bivol is fighting Canelo. And I interviewed Bivol, and I'm like, dude, 99.9% of the fans in this arena are going to be for Canelo. And he was like, yeah, but you're going to be for me. And I was like, yeah, I will be. And I said to the guy, give me a Bivol jacket. Let me put a Bivol jacket on. So I put a Bivol jacket on. So then when Bivol won, so that interview was on a Wednesday. On Saturday, he's won. He's about to do the presser. He does a presser. He looks for me, and he took the jacket off and gave it to me, like, because you were part of the team. And I was like, so obviously I framed it. It's framed in my house. I love Dimitri Bivol. He's so great.
How much money are you spending on that Auto Tops card? Have you seen these, the new trading cards?
I think we're going to bring some here because I think I've got to do something with them.
Can you please invite me? Because I'm an avid collector.
Are you?
Yeah,
Are you really?
I collect everything.
It's so weird how boxing's so behind in all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, why is it taking so long to even do that?
Like, UFC have been doing it for a couple of years. Like,
it's a big thing. But I guess better late than never. But I feel sorry for fighters that the careers have come and gone and they haven't experienced that, you know. But yeah, boxing's playing catch up. But I think we're in a good space now. We're in such a good space now.
We definitely are as well. Ade, just to finish, one fight you want to see before the end of the year?
Realistic or unrealistic?
Unrealistic. Let's go.
AJ Fury.
It's got to happen,
what in the hell's happening there? I find it a disgrace. It's a disgrace that, like, so Fury beat Klitschko 2015, Dusseldorf. AJ won against Charles Martin in 2016. So basically they've both been world champions for whatever, a decade. How somehow in that run they've not negotiated? I just find it's worse than Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. It's worse. It's worse. It's worse than Khan Brook because they're two behemoths. Like, you could make an argument. I think AJ is the biggest superstar, but if someone came to me and said Fury is, I'd be like, because of Netflix, because of #1 song, all the booking, I'd say, okay, fair. WWE. I'd be like, you know, you might be right, but that's how big they both are. It would be the biggest thing that we've ever experienced. Though, like, I can't even explain how big it would be. Like, it will sell out Wembley. Like, no joke. You know, like Eddie and Frank always say it's sold out and it's not sold out. This one would sell out Wembley in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The queue for tickets would be like, oh my God, we're number 475,000 in the queue. Like, I don't understand how this fight hasn't been made. Like, the idea of, we just spoke about AJ, Jake Paul, and Fury's now retired again. Like, just fucking fight each other. Let's fight each other. Like, even though you're not what you used to be, I want to see it. So yeah, sorry, that's my thing.
No, definitely. It's a fight I want to see. Ade, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time, mate.
God
Cheers.
bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.